Happy birthday to all my Leos out there, okay? Woo woo! It is Leo season, and it is time to get this shit poppin'. What's up, Leo? Happy birthday. My name is Tay, otherwise known as lovefromaleo, and so as you already know, I am a Leo. It is our season, and I'm super excited to get this video out to you guys. I just had a baby in June. June 30th was the day that my son was born. So if you've noticed that I haven't been posting as frequently or as often as I usually do, that is why. So I definitely want to make sure that I came on and recorded for you guys for our season. And I know a lot of Leo's birthday are in August, such as mine. So I'm really excited. Happy birthday to all you guys. And I look a mess, and it's all just because I'm just still adjusting to mom life and all that new stuff. I'm a first-time mom. So if you are a parent, then you definitely know what I'm talking about, okay? So please be thankful that I'm getting these videos out to you guys, and just be patient with me as I get through these first few months, okay? Already figured out how your energy for August is going to be. It's going to be dealing with a lot of communications, a lot of new things happening, a lot of curiosity being introduced into your life, and you kind of having to just follow what you feel, but also be logical at the same time, and just, you know, realize that you can trust your curiosity. Just allow yourself to go with the flow. I think that's going to be really good for a lot of Leos because it is our season, it is our month, and you know, our birthdays are coming. So a lot of new things coming. That means new energy. That means new age for you, literally. Like, you know, you're turning a new age and you're turning a new leaf in your life. In the past, what you were dealing with during your July, we have the 8 of Pentacles here. So this is definitely dealing with just working consistently. And I think that was kind of, you know, boring for a lot of you guys. I do think that the type of work that you were doing during your last month of July has something to do with like maybe saving, planning. So this could have been, you know, for your birthday, like you're saving and planning so that you can do what you want to do on your birthday, which is happening this month. What exactly you were working on. Okay, so we have the Cancer card, the Chariot card. Some of you may have had to work on some car troubles or having transportation issues, maybe saving up for a car. Also dealing with changes that you had no control over is also what the Chariot card in reverse is all about. And kind of having to juggle lots of things at one time that may seem impossible. Maybe dealing with a Libra in your life, or this could be dealing with the justice of something. Maybe something happened to you that was not fair to you, but you had to pick up the pieces afterwards. Also, it could be dealing with something of the legal system. Maybe you're going through a lawsuit. Maybe you're going through tickets and fines, and maybe you're dealing with a person that is in your life that won't leave you alone, that's very karmic for you. And so that's what I see here. Now, with the 4 of Wands, I do think that there is a sense of good happiness in the home life. So I don't think that these issues are bothering your home life, your domestic life, but I do think for sure there's a lot of things on the outside that are literally on the outside of your house or your domestic being that is being tainted with, or was being tainted with in July. And with all of that being said, this caused you to kind of have to take a leap of faith, kind of make your next move without really knowing how it's going to turn out for yourself. Whether that be, you know, having to pick up the pieces, plan, start over, take a risk in some sort of way. So let's go ahead and see if you're still dealing with these situations. What do you need to do in order to have a more successful and a smooth transition to your August for Leo? Because I do see there's kind of a lot of conflicting energies here. Also, the zodiac signs that are popping out at the moment are Libra and Cancer, okay? So the Magician card, Mercury. So again, when I was saying in the beginning of this video that there's going to be an energy of communication, being curious, kind of making things happen in your own way, that is what the Magician's card is all about. It's very reminiscent of the Gemini energy, just kind of letting things flow as they may, and kind of figuring out where you can maximize your magic within that. Okay, so that is the Magician's card. Also with Mercury, this could be saying that you need to communicate what is, you know, communicate with others, communicate in a way that is open to others. So don't be closed off. You want to be very open, very available to others, especially when it comes to communication. Now, don't communicate the wrong things. You want to communicate things that can create a sense of magic, so to speak, so where you're able to make things happen the way that you need to. So don't manipulate others, but at the same time, use your communication gifts, or use how you communicate to get what you want, or to make things happen in the way that you see fit for yourself and your situation, okay? And also keep in mind that whatever you make happen will come back to you, so do not manipulate others. I want to stress that for those Leos who are like, they did me dirty, so I'm trying to do them dirty. Don't be that person, okay? Especially during your season. All right, so what's happening now in August for my Leos? Once again, happy birthday. We have the Five of Wands, okay? So this is, for some of you who study tarot, I know you're thinking, I really don't want to have this argumentative energy in my month. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to have any fights. Now, for some of you, if your karma has been set up that way, that is what's going to be happening. Just lots of arguing, fights, or battling, tug of war, things of that nature. But for others, and for the majority of Leos, I am feeling that it's not about fighting, but it's more about fighting for what you want. Kind of having this competitive spirit. So being in a competition doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be bad. You could be in a competition with yourself to be better. You could be in a competition with time to maximize your strengths. You could be in a competition with a healthy competition. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily have to be bad. So let's see what this competitive spirit is going to be involved with. Five of Wands. Okay, so we got two cards. We got the Knight of Cups and we got the King of Wands in reverse. Okay, so for some of you, you may be dealing with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries. I do think this is regarding love, and you may have to fight for someone's love, or you may be putting a person in a position where they feel like they have to fight for your love, your attention, your affection, your romance. I think during this time, you're really taking on that Leo energy of wanting to be wanted. And so if the person that you've been dealing with or the person that you want to deal with is not giving you the time of day, you're probably going to be like, okay, we'll forget you. You kind of outcast them out of your social life or your domestic life for the moment being. Now, you may go back to this person, they may come back to you, but at the time being of August, I definitely think you're going to be demanding some type of romance in your life, however you see that for yourself. We do have the Hierophant card, so this could also be dealing with a Taurus for some of you. Now, to me, this means that some of you are like, okay, I'm ready to make things official, whether that's in a relationship where you want to have a label, you're ready for the structure. For others, you may literally want to be married. You want to make it official. And I think this being your season as a Leo, you're like, look, we're going to do this or we're not. Like, do you want me or not? And that's the standards that you're setting for yourself and for your partner. Now, if you are single, then I think that you're looking for less spontaneous situation and you want more of a romantic, emotional stability in your love life or in your life in general. It's like you're crying out for some type of stability. So whichever Leo you are in that situation, make sure you're not being too stubborn and make sure you're being open, like I said, to communicating with whoever you're trying to, will all of this stuff into existence with. Okay, Five of Wands here. Now, with all of this being said, there will be a discussion that has to be had that maybe you don't want to have or another person doesn't want to have, but don't let this get out of hand, okay? With the Devil card here, this is saying that there could be a lot of ego in the situation, a lot of lust, a lot of things done out of emotional revenge, things done out of egotistical thoughts that you're having if you don't get what you want out of the situation. So let's say you have this conversation, let's say you put on the table what you expect from your partner and they don't agree with it or they feel like you guys aren't ready for that next step and you go out and you cheat or you go out and you do something else because you feel like, well, fuck it. That's probably not the mindset you're gonna have, but it could be. And this could lead to you having a breakup in the future, and all because you're just feeling that Leo energy and you fucked up in August. And it comes back to bite you in the ass in September. So be very careful of that. I think a lot of Leos will know what I mean once the moment happens. You may be like, I would never do that. I'm too loyal. I don't have to do that. I know I'm gonna get what I want. But a lot of Leos will definitely be feeling this energy, and it's gonna creep up kind of like in a sadistic way. I feel like there's gonna be this ego that just comes over, and it's gonna be the judgment for yourself, right? The Judgment card pops up. It's gonna lead you to have to make judgment for yourself. Are you going to go the high road or are you going to go your own way? Now, going your own way does not mean bad. It doesn't equal bad, but it does mean if you go your own way, be willing to have those consequences and deal with the consequences by yourself because you're going your own way. So whether that be a selfish reason or a reason that you feel is justified, that's fine, but just make sure you're okay with the consequences that come your way after the fact. If you choose to keep going with whatever is happening, make sure you're okay with that as well, because otherwise all of the stuff that's happening now could very well happen in the future because it's going to come back up because you're not happy with what's going on. So be very clear and honest with yourself about what you need to get rid of and also what you need to keep in your life so that you don't have to go through karmic issues. All right? Okay, so let's see what zodiac signs pop up for this situation in August, who you may be dealing with possibly. All All right, King of Cups, so definitely could be dealing with a Cancer, okay? That's the first card that came out, the only card that came out. So a lot of you could be dealing with a Cancer, or maybe someone you met during Cancer season, okay? Which just ended on July the 23rd. Okay, so moving on to the future. We have the Three of Swords. So in the future, this is definitely indication of some type of emotional turmoil. Now, this could be on one token or the other. So if you were the Leo who did something that was trifling to someone that you love or you say you love, if you did something out of spite, this is the energy of you having to go through all of that regret, all of that emotional hurting. And this could also be someone did this to you, okay? Remember, in general readings, because it is not specific to just you, because there's so many energies being pulled for you, this could be what the person did to you, or you could have done this to the other person. So keep that in mind with the energies. Now, the Three of Swords is all about kind of feeling all of that hurt, dealing with the aftermath of a traumatic emotional thing that has happened. Now, if you were the Leo who did the opposite of what I just mentioned, which means that you played your cards right, you did what you felt needed to be done in the moment, and you followed your curiosity, then this is saying that you just kind of have to get over all of the past hurt that has happened to you. You have to get over all of the things that have been holding you back emotionally, holding you back from other people, socially, anything. You have to kind of let it go. And so I feel like that kind of doubles for all Leos. You're going to go through something and you're just going to have to learn how to deal with it. That's kind of what this card is all about. Let's see what this relates to. Oh, here we go. Okay, so you're going to be dealing with something that has been on your mind, something that had to make you sit back for a second. So for a lot of you, this could be that situation that you were dealing with in the past with the car troubles or transportation issues, or figuratively in your life, something stopped you from being able to move forward. Does that make sense? So it doesn't literally have to be transportation, but you became stagnant because of something that you didn't really have control over. So it kind of led you to be in a situation where it's like, okay, what are we going to do about it? How are we going to move on from the situation? Now, I feel like in the future, in your September, coming towards your September, you're going to have these same feelings, but it's going to be about, you were thinking about it in the past, but now it's like, okay, you have to deal with it. You're going to have to emotionally figure out how to mentally get over something, okay? Two of Cups. A lot of you, this is dealing with a partner, a person that you are in love with. Definitely could be that Cancer, but it could be any sign. It does not have to be specifically Cancer, but this is someone that you have a romantic joy and connection with. Whether it's a breakup, for some of you it may be. But like I said, during this August, there's going to be so many transitional things happening for you and new things happening. A lot of things may get left behind as well, because when new things come in, it means that there was room. And if there was room, that means that things were let go of. So whether you know it or not, this may be happening. And a lot of your structures may be falling in certain areas of your life because you want something different. You see something fit for yourself that's not what you have currently. So keep that in mind as you move on into your future. Now, Ten of Pentacles, I'm not gonna lie, it's in reverse. So a lot of Leos are gonna be going through some family breakups. And when I say family, I mean domestic relationships, such as the longevity of a long-term relationship is not as long-term as you thought. They have a fallout with a sibling of some sort. Something of that nature. It could be dealing with a Virgo, or if you are a Leo Virgo, this has something to do with you. Also, being that we are moving into September, this could be saying that the Virgo season is going to be when all of this starts to unfold for you. Now, this card also symbolizes to me that if you are going through something of this sort, the way that you're going to have to get out of the funk is to reach out. You cannot be a hermit. You cannot go within yourself and just mope. So you're going to have to use your environment around you and kind of go outside of yourself. If you're an introvert, you want to be an extrovert. If you're a person who doesn't normally ask for help, maybe you need to ask for help, whether that's advice, whether it's monetary, whether it's anything. You may need to go outside of yourself, use your resources around you in order to move past whatever you're about to go through, okay? And that will be the most logical thing for you to do. You may encounter an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, that could help you in this situation, okay? Let's see how to deal with all of these things that may happen in your future, okay? How are we going to be dealing with this situation? Six of Cups. So you kind of need to emotionally open yourself up to feeling the darkest emotions that you may feel during this time. In order to really get through it, you're going to have to feel it. And I think the reason you have to feel it is so that you won't put yourself in that position again. kind of like a tough love situation. Previously, you had all of this power to do what you needed to do, and some of you may have used it incorrectly, or some of you used it correctly, but it was all in effort to show you what you have to fix. And so in order to really truly move past something, you have to reconcile with it, and you have to become comfortable and acquainted with the new idea of what you have to be, who you have to be, who you have become, and what has to be left behind during that process. Does that make sense? I think that pretty much sums up this reading. I was just really channeling. I haven't got to read even for myself in a very long time, I would say weeks. So I had a lot of just stuff coming into my head. I hope that you guys heard and was able to acknowledge what I was saying and resonate with you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be getting back on my schedule with readings. I'm still figuring that out. If you guys have any ideas or tips on how I can pump out some videos, please let me know. Obviously, I'm still doing private readings, so if you want that to be done, and you don't feel like waiting on whenever I can get my schedule back together, I would definitely still be doing private readings. Obviously, if you're paying to get a reading, then I would do it right away, because that's just fair, you know what I'm saying? And I could, use the help with the new baby. So definitely email me at lovefromaleo@gmail.com if you want a private reading and you don't feel like waiting. I'll definitely get that out to you guys. But in the meantime, for the channel, I will make a whole separate video on what's going on with that, just so we can be a little bit more clear on what's going on, because I know a lot of you didn't even know that I was pregnant this whole time. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching again. Happy birthday, Leos. A lot of you guys left your birthday down in the other video, so do that again on this one so that everyone can wish you a happy birthday, because it is your season, Leo. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to me. I'm a Leo Virgo, so I'm the last day of Leo, August 22nd. So please be sure to let me know that you are thinking about me on my birthday. And I hope you guys have a wonderful birthday. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.